tons of bikes, kind of slowing us up. Some are very nice, some don't say shit to us. Here's to living life long, loose, and full of juice. Good morning, fellow tipsiers. Ranger Dave coming at you. Day 2 of our hike on segments 7 and 6. Gorgeous morning. It did not get very cold last night, which is great. We all slept wonderfully. We all feel really good this morning, other than just a little sore, which is to be expected. Passed by a lot of through hikers. A little surprised about that. You know, it's the middle of August, which means they'd be making Durango middle of September, but good for them. Hope they make it. Met a lot of great people on the trail. Otherwise, I'm sitting here filtering some water, drinking my fill, and then we're going to start climbing. So we have a morning climb that's fairly strenuous, nothing too bad. We have to go 10 miles before we hit a water source again, and then we're going to fill up and then hit Georgia Pass. So sit tight, enjoy the views. Let's get at it. Combo action, pizzeria flavor. They are hitting the spot. Just had an early lunch because it started to rain. The rain has finally come. It's just a sprinkle right now, but we are gearing up our rain flies. This could prove to be a very exciting afternoon. So stay tuned, enjoy the views. Oh, shit! God! Something's got me, man. Check the back of my shirt. Sorry. Well, we made it to the water source before the pass. This might make the film. I just got stung by something right in my forehead. that hurt like hell, and just so happened to press the record button of the river right before it hit. We're gonna filter some water. I'm going to probably put some medicine on this because it hurts. And then we're gonna start the climb. It's cloudy out, but it's not raining. Haven't really heard any thunder. We heard it once, but it's been a while. But just check out this river. This is a great camping spot. This is actually where I camped the first time I ever hiked the Colorado Trail with the General. And it's just a beautiful spot. Just enjoy it. Made it to the top of the pass. Pretty strenuous hike, not too bad, but we were all tired, but boy, the views are worth it. Have a lot of cloud cover, which is blocking some of it, but still worth it. I think we're gonna take a little footage, and then I think we're gonna do our tasting down at camp. Our camp's only 0.2 miles, and we're pretty spent, but oh my goodness. This is a great way to start the beginning of the end of the hike. We're taking a break mainly because we thought camp, or campsite, was 0.2 of a mile the east side of Georgia Pass on a Jeep road. We saw no Jeep road. There was a Jeep road on the west side before you got to the pass, but the book, Colorado Trail Guidebook or Data Book, clearly states there's a Jeep trail and campgrounds on the east side. So we're taking a little break, and then we're gonna hike another 2 miles this evening. We're feeling pretty decent to get to a camp with potentially water. So not all bad news, not all good news. Well, we did decide to make camp. The Goods found us a nice camp spot by Jefferson Creek Trail. If you're on the trail right before Jefferson Creek if you're headed west, or right past it if you're heading east, it are some campsites in the woods, and the views are gorgeous. It's a little rocky, but there's enough for at least 3 people. So we're gonna make a little dinner, and then we'll have our tasting for the evening. Breckenridge Distillery, their bourbon. So stay tuned. Well, good evening. We've had dinner. I had a Peak brand beef stroganoff for the second night in a row. Still delicious. One of my favorites. Definitely tier 1 hiking food. Now that we've put on some warmer clothes, it's time for a little whiskey. It feels like it's in at least the 40s, which should be really entertaining for the morning because I bet it's going to be cold. I bet we wake up with some frost on our tents. Well, with us tonight is Breckenridge Distillery, their blended bourbon offering. This is something that I've had quite a bit. Really enjoy bringing it up here, simply because it's a really solid offering at the price. So you can buy a 1/5 of it In Colorado for usually around $35. I actually got this bottle for $30 at a local liquor store, and they're known to be just a little cheaper. But I think the price is certainly worth the tasting. The juice is certainly worth the squeeze here. So we're just going to go ahead and enjoy it. I have my compadres out in front of me. Lockout is almost asleep. We have the goods over here. He's in it. He's got himself at least 2 fingers, maybe even a full 3 of it. So in any event, this live life long, loose, and full of juice.
Cheers.
Man, I don't know if it's the temperature out, just making it cooler, but it is really smooth. Again, like the offering from yesterday, the Moderna, Merida, gosh, whatever it's called. This is also smooth. I think though on the front end you get a lot of like butterscotch, you get some vanilla, and then on the back end you get some brown sugar. It's just a really solid whiskey. It actually got 96 points back in 2012 from one of the ratings agencies, and it actually won Best Blended Whiskey from World Whiskey Awards back in 2016. So I mean, it's done well. A lot of Breckenridge's distilleries offerings have just done really well as far as awards and ratings. So I'd highly encourage you to pick it up. It does come in fifths and handles. I see them at Costco fairly often for a good price, just for what it's worth. But in any event, I hope you have a great evening. I hope you're cracking open a cold one. It's a cold one up here. I bet we're about to climb in our tents. And I hope you're living life long, loose, and full of juice.